Hey guys, welcome to today's video, and today from a slightly different location because I'm traveling and working remotely, but you know how it is guys. When drums are calling, drums have to be done. And oh my god, what call did I get? Hertz Drums again reached out to me with a brand new expansion pack for their software, which is the Christian Donaldson expansion pack for Hertz V2. And I have to say, it sounds absolutely amazing. If you don't know Christian Donaldson, he's a legendary producer based in Canada, working with some really heavy music with the likes of Suffocation, Shadow of Intent, Cryptopsy, very legendary band, Beyond Creation, Ingested, and more and more and more. But without further ado, let's jump into Logic because I really want to show you this. Okay guys, now we're here in Logic, and as you can see I already loaded up Christian's default preset here, and I have to say I love the details that they do with the drums. The visual representation is, I think, amazing. I love that they actually modeled or took a good picture of the studio, probably where it has also been recorded. And what I have to say right away about this expansion pack, that even though Christian works with some really heavy music, I found that the presets are actually very useful. They're created in a very useful way. They're very flexible. They're quite natural sounding, as you will hear in 1 second. And I find them quite easy to work with, to be honest. Each and every one sounds different, of course, and each and every one of them sounds really, really good and natural. So you can mix it, tweak it, do whatever you want with it. So let's have a look at Christian's default preset here. I've used the groove creator to create a simple little groove up here. It has a start, a verse, a chorus, and an ending. Nothing crazy, guys. It's at 120 BPM. And I just loaded up the preset straight up. Let's have a listen to it. Okay, so I told you guys, it's very natural, a very good sounding kit in a very good room. It's clearly audible, and you know what I say, a good drum sound depends on a very good room, and this is clearly the case here. What I love, then, that's of course the groove that I just picked up from the library here, that it's very playful with the cymbals, and I love that the cymbals are also placed and they sound different, and they are placed nicely in the stereo field. That's super cool. Let's have a quick look here at the individual sounds, and especially the toms I want to show you guys. Pretty good kick, sounds very natural, sounds like a recorded kick. I like it. I would not need to mix it much. I think everything is there. Snare. I love this snare. It has body, it has a very crisp top end, a very nice attack. It's super cool. Toms. That sounds like thunder, guys. I love that. Sounds super cool. And let's go through the cymbals here quickly. What more do you want? Let's check out another preset here. I remember I love this one. This is a bit more simple, but we have to load another kick for this one. Let's check it out. Let's make it a bit shorter. Cool. The toms are tuned deeper here, I love it. And the kick is very meaty, I really love this kick sound. The snare, however, is my favorite on this one. That's some juicy snare, I have to say. I want to try something. On the kick, I feel we could get away with a bit less reverb, maybe a bit less room. Let's have a listen to it like this.
just
Just a bit more direct, no? I quite like that, I have to say. Let's have a look. I'm just very curious. Let's have a look here with some just really quick, really dirty. Let's put on the monster. What happens? That's juicy. Let's check out the default kit with this. Wow, those toms, guys, that's amazing. I have to say this could be in the song as it is. It doesn't need anything. A bit of compression if you're into that. As of now, I wouldn't do much with EQ, I have to say, but I think we can maybe try do a little bit of mid-range reduction around here. No, that's a bit too dirty. You're also losing the body of the snare. Let's have a look at the next kit here. Okay, so same toms, by the looks of the same snare as well, but with a different voicing for sure, but different kick. I have to say this is a very tight sounding kick. I prefer the previous one, to be honest, but I can see where and how this could be useful. Let's have another listen quickly. Let's juice it up a little. Okay, the snare is very gunshot-like, so it has a very short room on it. Reverb, sorry, so it's only reverb. Let's put some room on it and maybe less reverb. Let's see what that does. Oh. Okay, that is one cranked snare, guys. I quite like it, I have to say. It's a different thing, right? It's much more aggressive. It's a completely different sound. Let's have a look at Death Rider here. Okay, same kick as previously. Very tight, I like it. Very cranked snare, same kind of sound. It's pretty aggressive. I could listen to those toms for a very long time, I have to say. I love it. Let's have a look at Roomy Dominator. Always love some Roomy drums. Ui. Okay, same kick as previously, but with a different voicing. Because as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3 kicks in this pack and with 3 different microphones. So let's check those very quickly. So we have... So it's the same kick, but just a whole different way of recording it and mixing it, presumably. Kick number 3. Oof. And kick number 1. Oh, that's very dry, very, very different. Let's have a look at the snares here also. I love this snare as it is. I'm in love with it. I will use this in one of the mixes that I'm doing, I think. Let's have a look at the other snare. Ah. Okay, this is the cranked one. So this is not quite my style, I have to say, but I can see someone using it and I can see where this is useful. Wow. That has a lot of attack. Very cool. My favorite is number 3, though, I have to say. For a preset called Roomy Dominator, it's not even that roomy. Let's see what happens with compression. Maybe that will bring up the room. Yeah, you definitely hear it on the snare. That's super cool. And what I also noticed, and this is a unique thing for Hertz Drums, that they have so many different voicings and so many different samples of different ways of playing the snare, that even between these two grooves, the snare sound changes because it's a different way of hitting the snare. Listen to the transition here between the, well, so-called verse and the chorus. Very different sound, but I really like it. So there's a lot of ways to shape your tone here. And this is something I really like about this, and this is why I picked Hertz Drums for an album I did recently. Let's have a look at one more preset, because these are just all so good, I have to say. Sub Destroyer. Okay, I don't know if you can hear this through YouTube. I hope the recording quality is good, but the subs on the kick are ridiculous. It's very deep, it's very, very low. Let me open up an analyzer here. Just check this out. It's a very deep sounding kick. It has a very tight attack, very present, but the lows are very, very deep. However, the snare is a bit too on the small side here. Let's see if we can change it to this one. Yeah, that's more to my liking, and let's make it a little bit louder. Guys, you have been warned. Be careful with your speakers when you use this. Okay, this has the same kind of sobby, powerful kick as the previous preset, but with the very, very cranked snare. It's a cool sound. It's growing on me, I have to say. I'm playing with these, by the way, for the first time as well. I only really tried rock, paper, scissors and the Christian's default kit so far. Let's have a look at one more. I want to see if the toms change. Let's have a look. Wow. Okay, so the toms, they don't seem to be changing the instrument, but they are changing the voicing quite a bit. And I think that's all to the setup here. The tuning and also the ratio between the room and the reverb is different on the kits. This kit is very dry, I have to say. Let's have a look at any other one. Maybe not this one. Yeah, more room, more reverb, more lively sound. Ooh, I really like this, I really like this. Every time those toms hit, it's just a big explosion. I love it. This sounds great, guys. I think this is a fantastic pack, to be honest. I love that it's not so processed like some of the previous ones that we had. It's very neutral, very nuanced. You can do a lot with it. If I was to spread it out now over the channels and start some mixing with it, there's a lot you can do by starting with the right preset and then shaping the sound onwards from there. Let's have a look at the last one because the name is super cool, the Warhammer Preset. Cool, without compression. So you can hear that just by taking off this compression, it becomes almost a bit too natural. So I think these kits are really made to be mixed, to be creative with, and then to really shape your own sound. But I think from a very, very, very good starting point. As a comparison, what I want to show you are the bit more processed kits from the Fame and Fury pack, which is one of my other favorites, and I used this one excessively on the previous production. You can see different rooms, so we can expect a different sound, different kit. Let's have a look at how they compare. No compression, let's just have a look. So it's a very different sound, it's a very different vibe. It certainly has a bit more of a stamp, more of a signature sound, I would say. It is a signature pack, after all. They try to make the sounds of some very famous bands here as well, right? But the Christian Donaldson pack, I find a bit more natural sounding without anything on. Let's just do one more comparison between the Roomy Dominator. Yeah, it's a very different sound, and if you want, you can take off this reverb from the snare and just use the room to make it something completely new. This just sounds like a really well played and well recorded drum kit in a really good room, which is basically all the ingredients you need, you know. Good kit, good drummer, good room, good engineer, ideally as well, and then you have a good recording. And I always say, of course, if you don't have access to all of these, it's better to program your kits instead of trying to record something that is pretty much going to fail from the start. So this is definitely a good option if you want to do that. And also, guys, I have to say again, this is not sponsored, right? So they're not paying me. They just asked me if I want to do this review. They didn't even tell me what to say except for including the description of the kit in the description of this video. But I have nothing bad to say about this, honestly. I've been playing with it yesterday a little bit, I'm playing with it now. The kits sound absolutely fantastic. I love the snares, especially snare 3 here. Brilliant snare. The toms, they are like thunder. Absolutely love it. Imagine putting this through a bit of EQ, a bit more top end, a bit of compression. Amazing. Fantastic. And then, of course, combine that with the amazing software of Hertz, which allows you so much flexibility to shape your sound further in the software, with the rooms, with the volumes, with these subgroups, with the different microphone settings, with the reverb as well, by changing the sounds individually if you want from all the other packs, right? There are a lot of packs out there and you can really pick and choose what you want. And now also they included the sampler, which is up here, which I showed in the previous video, link below. The opportunities are literally endless, I have to say. So guys, for me, this is it. This is a fantastic sounding pack. It's a really worthy expansion of the already amazing collection of sample packs from Hertz Drums. I'm really excited to be using this in my next mixes for sample replacement and also hopefully in upcoming productions to create drums completely from scratch. If you have any questions, you know where to comment. I see you in the next video. Until then, happy mixing. Bye-bye.